And a Minnesota-based toy company is doing its part to help kids and parents. Creative Kidstuff, once again, teaming up with St. David's Center for Child and Family Development to help families with autism and children, kids and toys, help them thrive, of course. Joining us now live is Happy Olson from Creative Kidstuff and Sarah Riemann from Autism Day Treatment Program. You're the supervisor there, correct? Yeah, correct? Let's start with you. Tell us about this partnership.
Yeah, well, Creative Kidstuff approached us about 3 years ago, approached St. David's Center to form a collaboration to really work with trying to figure out ways that toys could benefit the children that we're working with and benefit families. And so they approached St. David's Center as we know autism and they know toys. And so it has been just a wonderful collaboration working with them and teaching kids how to play.
And Happy, as you were mentioning, a lot of this is not only the child with autism, but their siblings, and these are mainstream toys.
Right.
These are for anybody.
Right, these are for anybody. And so basically we had a lot of customers coming in wanting to find toys that were appropriate for children with autism, and our staff didn't really know how to speak appropriately about it. They wanted to be helpful, but then we turned to St. David's to actually help us identify toys that really would help different skill categories for children living with autism, and actually help train our staff on how to ask the right questions when customers do come in looking for those things.
That must be somewhat uncomfortable if they're not familiar and don't know what the parent is looking for, right?
Well, it's uncomfortable if you make assumptions, and our staff never wanted to do that, and so we train them how to, again, ask the questions. They don't have to make assumptions and really narrow in on the skills. It's really about the skills families want to help children develop. And so if you look at it that way, almost anything in our store is appropriate, but it's simply asking the right question and then our staff being very well trained on what our toys do.
So these must be some of the things you recommend. Walk us through a few of the favorites. Let's get to the toys.
All right, St. David's helped us identify these items. So this magnetic board is really great for cognition and problem solving, also helping to develop fine motor because you take the magnetic pen and lead the balls through. Sarah, do you think that that's... What else do you think?
Absolutely. I'd say the cognition and problem solving is a great one for this. One of our favorites is this new toy is with the emotion identification. What's the name of this toy?
This is called My Mood Memo. Okay. And it's really an open-ended game or plaything. You can do a lot of different things with it, but what we love about it is, we love a lot of things about it, but the feel of it is really great, and I think that's the whole sensory piece is great for kids living with autism, but it identifies different emotions that kids might not always know how to name. Even kids who aren't living with autism. So on here you might have an emotion, or you have an emotion like ashamed. Well, kids might not know how to actually say that or what that is. They might just be like, I'm mad, I'm sad, I'm happy, and this helps them really break everything out in a different way than they have before.
Yeah, and another great piece too is you can match, and so you're working again on that cognition and problem solving. You have the colors, just so many different pieces, and the sensory piece to this game as well.
And this was actually created by a vendor named Plan, and so Plan is a brand that we've carried for a long time, or Plan Toys, and they actually have really seen the need for developing toys that are not just for kids on the spectrum, but might lend themselves even better to kids on the spectrum. They adapted, do you want to talk about this?
No, I was going to say, as we were talking earlier, that's the challenge is because there is the different spectrum, and so it's different for what each child needs.
Kids have just different, I mean, it is so individual, and they just have different skills in different areas that are great for them to be able to work on, and so that's why we wanted to look at a variety of toys that can just really just support them, and again, like I had said, just teach them how to play and also to be able to interact with siblings, interact with their parents, and just lend themselves to that structure.
What are some more of the favorites, because we've got so much here?
Well, when we look for toys, also we look for things that serve multiple purposes because families want to be very careful with their resources. So again, this is another toy by Plan Toys. It's a Build-A-Robot. So this actually has a building component to it where you put the pieces together to build the robot. But then there are the different faces, and so again, this then talks about emotion.
Oh, okay.
And then there are different sort of elements even to all the different heads. This one has like a squeaky. This one has a different sensory soft element on top right here. This is knobby, and this has the different ridges in it. So there's so many different components to this toy and so many different things to do with it.
Oh, absolutely. And this one, is this a puzzle or?
This actually is a cooperative game called Community, and this really would help with communication, problem solving, again, even fine motor because you have to place the
they don't
pieces exactly
slide.
on.
This is sort of like
Right,
a Velcro or something.
It's felt back, so that's actually really another thing we look for is things that are not going to frustrate the child. And so since these pieces will stay in place once you put them down, it's going to be more enjoyable for them.
Yep. And what I like about this game too is you can't do it wrong. There's no right answer, and it does, like Happy had said, is give an opportunity to just to communicate and talk about your community and just different things that you would find in there.
And where can people go if they want to find out more or explore more?
You can go to CK Autism at creativekidstuff.com, but also certainly St. David's Center, their website will give you all kinds of information if you think you might need to learn more about autism.
Thank you both for coming in.
you.
Very happy. We appreciate it. Obviously a strong partnership, so
Yeah, it's great.
doing some good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.